Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 55. It's the Buccaneers and the Chiefs. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Well, the sun has gone down, and so has the thermometer, as EA Sports welcomes you to venerable Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
They did tell us they wanted to establish a ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. 11 yards for number 11. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Mahomes now on first down. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he will have a Chiefs first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first. And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield as well. Those combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team. They'll run for the first time with Jerick McKinnon. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's kind of like clockwork right now for them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. They'll try and run it in with Burton. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
On second and goal, Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes finding Mecole Hardman. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
And at one point, he announced to the NFL world that he had accomplished everything he needed to and was going to retire, but then reversed that decision. And I think everyone who likes football loves the fact that he's still out there throwing it around and still at the top of his game. In a career that's seen and accomplished just about everything, he figured there's always room to add to that legacy.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A man who grew up right here in Kansas City at Center High School. It's Rachaad White. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
First down, here's White. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now they'll throw with Brady. He completes it to Evans. Oh, It's just not fair, and now room to run. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now back to the ground game with White. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashad White. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are an extra point away from evening this one up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And we are tied at 7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Rashad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 1st downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And Mahomes finding his burner Hardman for the KC first. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in for 2 yards out. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Brady. Pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. They'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he overshot him there. He's out of bounds, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Brady again. And that will be incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Mahomes to throw once more. A dump down to McKinnon. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Now it's Mahomes again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on a touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Throwing on first down is Brady. Over the middle to Evans. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. He completes this to Russell Gage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Caught by Jones. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Come on, baby, rock and roll. Nothing in. You know what it is, baby. It's rock and roll, baby.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. I don't think this will even help. It doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for him, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal with weight going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top. As well, a happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So this a two-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second in a couple.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Throwing again on second down. Brady, throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
On second down, here's Brady. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This Chiefs offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun now for Brady. Going up top for Miller. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running out of the gun with White. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory? No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. So Brady departs, and on it's Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Succop's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
A third quarter action from Kansas City. Second down and 10. To throw is Brady. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open. And now look at this. Big game, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now Brady. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. A handoff to Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. Oh, nice move. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the wall.
Good work there, hold them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1. Brady going to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Buccaneers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. Brady's going to look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent game.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Locates Hardman for another catch. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They go play fake. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting there?
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So out come the Bucs now.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes it to Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Brady now to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Fournette, a first down carry.
Lead the block in the back.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now Brady.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From midfield, here's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
Keep all the receivers alive in a play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Brady again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And coaches tell us all the time that the power isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps out the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Brady.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Succop's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. The field goal we just saw has us now at a one-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Back to throw, Mahomes. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And just 3 yards on the... get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
So here's Brady and the Bucs.
Down 28-21. A little over 20 seconds to go. They've got to go the full 80 yards, and they've got to do it quick as they come up on first down.
Brady's throw complete to Otten. And he will get out of bounds to stop the clock. So a nice pickup there all the way up past the 40-yard line.
23 yards on the play. To throw is Brady. Finding Otten once more. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.